This was very deep and complex, and I'll try my best to translate, but I know that I will fail to give you everything. So let's speak about the ending letter of the poem, which is Noon. This is a very special letter. It is the letter of love, proximity, and annihilation. Noon in the Quran, it is said it is the one of the verse at the beginning of one of the chapters of the Quran starts with the letter Noon, and the pen and whatever they write. This shows you how important this letter is, that God has made it an oath. God basically swearing by this letter. The numeral index of this letter is 50. If you guys are familiar with the numerals for the Arabic letters, some of them, like all Arabic letters in the tradition, have numbers that are associated with them, like Alif 1, B 2, Jim 3, D 4. It goes this way. Noon is 50. And Noon, when you say it, it is Noon, Wow, Noon. It is a repetition of the letter N. So it is 50 plus 50, because the first one is 50, the second one is 50. If we do 50 plus 50 gives us 100, and 100 is 0, 0, and 1. You know, in Arabic we start from the right. So and what is the 0? 0 is annihilation. So 0, 0, 1 is annihilation over annihilation in the one, in the only reality, in the only God. So there is not, he didn't choose this letter by chance. He didn't decide to have the ending of this famous poem with the letter Noon. He is telling us that the theme of this poem is annihilation over annihilation in the truth, in the one. What is annihilation over annihilation in the one? It is annihilation in the malakut, in the realm of the dominion. It is sometimes called the imaginal realm, or the spiritual realm of the Lord. And then annihilation into the realm of invincibility, Jabarut, into the realm of invincibility, like the realm beyond the malakut, that in which there is no sensory manifestations, let's say, and that after that in the one essential reality from which these qualifications of existence came into being. Because where do you find that? You find that in the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, which he says, God was and nothing was with him. This is basically when you arrive to the fana, over the fana into the one, is to arrive into that the realization of that hadith. And God was, Allah was, and nothing was with him. The Shaykh has given us some, he used verses, couplets from another Shaykh that I don't remember, so I'm not going to be translating those couplets, but they were very deep, basically, from Shaykh Sidi Ahmed al-Alawi, the Algerian Shaykh who passed away in 1934. Where do we find also this in the tradition? We find in the hadith of Haritha, in which the famous hadith which he met the Prophet ﷺ, asking, how did you wake up, Haritha, today? He said, I woke up a true believer. And how did it happen? He told him. What do you mean by that? He told him, oh Prophet, I secluded myself from the people, and I fasted the day and stayed in the night. I was doing vigil, basically dhikr at night, and then as if I am seeing the throne of the most merciful, and the people in heaven, visiting each other, and the people in hell, being tormented. That the Prophet ﷺ said, "Oh Haritha, you have you have realized true knowledge. Stay steadfast into that station. This is a servant, this is a faithful person, or like a believer whose God has illuminated. So this hadith is telling us that, you know, the first thing is to seclude yourself, to have this state of estrangement, and only connect with the creation of the Lord outside humanity. So the letter Nun, I'm trying to summarize. The letter Nun, it is a letter that we find in the name that is the name of the essence and the name of attribute, the name Ar-Rahman, the most merciful. It is at the end, and this is for the realized Sufis and for the Ahl Bayt. It's like the Nun. It is one of the it's very significant in the letter in Ar-Rahman. It is basically like, if you want to see how the Rahman works, you need to reflect on the letter of the Nun, because Ar-Rahman itself, it has you could divide it into three sections, let's say. The first one is Alif, Lam, Ra, which are also one of those letters in the Quran by which God takes oath. There is the Hamim, same thing, and also Nun. Those are like oath letters, and the Nun is emblematic of the name Ar-Rahman, in which it is a disclosure of the sciences of Ar-Rahman into the phenomenal realm, or the realm of coming. This is an esoteric language that we're talking about. The Rahman, the Nun is found in it's also a letter in the Basmala, in Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, because Rahman is in the Basmala. What is this Nun? It is, as I said, it is represented by love, as Ibn Arabi is telling us. And what is love in Arabic is hub, ha and ba, like those two letters. And it's basically hub itself. It is carrying the basmala. It is carrying that first by the name of thy Lord. It is because ha symbolizes the hamalat al-arsh, the carrier of the throne, which are 8. The cherubim in the Islamic tradition are 8. And the ba, why you can only contract the basmala into the ba, because Imam Ali said, whatever is in Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim is in Bismillah, and whatever is in Bismillah is in the ba. And the secret of the ba is the dot, and I am the dot. So basically telling us that the Bismillah could be contracted to the ba, but not to the dot, because Imam Ali did not say that what is in the ba in the dot. He's saying like the secret of the ba is in the dot, which is different. Otherwise, we'll fall into a different thing. That's not the thing. But the Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim could be contracted to the ba. So what is hub? What is love? Love is ha plus b. It is to carry the basmala. It is the ha has 8 as a numeral index. B is 2. Ba is 2, which give us 10, which is 0 and 1, which is annihilation in the Lord. Where do we get this? Again, the Prophet said, Allah said in the tongue of the Prophet in the Hadith Qudsi, I was a hidden treasure. Then I loved to be known. Ahbabtu an a'raf. So the act of creation itself, the act of being itself is an act of love. That's why it is that which is basically carrying this starting creation. So love is very important. Deen, our religion, is the religion of love, because without love, God would not have emanated the world, or would not have created the world. And Why? So that we get to know him through his attributes and names, and then we return to his essence, or we get to know and realize his essence. Where do we find love again in the tradition? We find it in the Prophet hadith in which he say, "La yu'minu ahadukum." No one have the belief or faith or iman unless he loves or they love to their brother whatever they love to themselves. So loving is the act through which you realize your faith, to the point that the other human being becomes your mirror. But Ibn Arabi here is not telling us that it's a human being that's the mirror. He transcended the level of the human being. At the level of Iman, it is the other believer that becomes your mirror. But the level of Ibn Arabi, the level, I think maybe like Ihsan, the Shaykh did not use the term, but I'm stipulating, it is to have the whole of God's creation as one's mirror. Where do we find this in the tradition? It says, God says in the Quran, where do we find that in the tradition that all of God's creation becomes one's mirror, not only the believers? It is, God said, we will show you our signs in the horizons and in yourself. So the realized will see themselves, will see everything around them as a reflection of divine signs, and then they will see all of God's creation and all of God's signs as the reflection of their own truth, their own reality. That's what they will see within themselves, fi anfusi, in their selves. Back to the letter Nun. Nun is 50 and 50. It is two letters mirrored by the waw, by the letter waw. It is the mirroring of the Lord and the servant, al-Rabb wal-Abd. It is this relationship of servanthood and lordship. It is the mirror become a perfect mirror of the other. It is to mirror through servanthood within yourselves the reality of your Lord. So Nun is a letter again of the Fatiha. And I think I've talked about this. There's no need for us to. So basically, hope. The theme of this poem, it is divine love. It is love. It is to carry, symbolized by the letter Ha, the basmala, the in the name of thy Lord. It is to be the carrier of that reality.